Right, so we have new details regarding the iPhone 14 series, we have details on the new sizes, Touch ID, but more importantly, titanium alloy coming to the Pro iPhones, which is pretty exciting. So let's delve into the report. But first, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so this information comes from the investors over at JP Morgan. They're pretty credible, so yes, we can trust this information, but I do want to say that because we don't even have the iPhone 13 yet, and these are very, very early iPhone 14 leaks, do take it with a grain of salt because they can be completely wrong. Right, so delving in, let's talk about the titanium alloy coming to the iPhone 14 series. So obviously, right now on the iPhones, you have aluminium on the regular iPhones, and stainless steel on the Pro iPhones, but apparently Apple could be shifting over to titanium on the Pro iPhones in 2022. Now, in case you don't know, this is the exact same material they use on the Apple Cards and certain variations of the Apple Watch. Right, so you may be wondering what the benefits are of titanium compared to stainless steel. Well, for one, you should see increased hardness, so that means it won't scratch as easily, but also should be much lighter than stainless steel because Apple can use less of the titanium material while of course giving us better strength, and so this could mean that it could be 45% lighter than stainless steel and only 60% heavier than aluminium while offering twice the strength. Now, titanium is not perfect, there are some issues. For example, it picks up on oil from fingerprints, and also apparently it is difficult to etch, which does make it not so attractive. Now, thankfully, Apple does have a workaround for this because they have filed a patent where Apple can use a thin oxide coating that prevents fingerprints, and also they've developed a new chemical process that basically enables titanium to have a glossy finish, much like we have today with stainless steel. So yeah, this really is a win-win situation for us. Titanium is superior to stainless steel, and so yes, I am 100% looking forward to seeing this with the iPhone 14 series. Though I do want to say that much like I said before, these are very early leaks about the iPhone 14 series, and one thing I've noticed every year is the fact very early iPhone leaks tend to be completely wrong, and so there is a chance this could be one of those too, but let's hope that won't be the case because, as I said, I am totally down for a titanium iPhone. That would be absolutely amazing. Oh, also do note I can definitely see Apple using this as an excuse to increase prices. So yeah, titanium could result in the price going up by $100 on the Pro iPhones. Anyways, let's now delve into the other details JP Morgan tells us about the iPhone 14 series in this report. So JP Morgan says the iPhone 14 series is going to have greater specifications compared to the iPhone 13 series, and apparently could be a supercycle in some ways, which actually does make some sense. Because like we've heard from other sources, JP Morgan says we're not going to see the mini stay around in 2022, and instead Apple's going to give us a base Max iPhone, and I think that's going to be pretty popular because I know many who like the bigger size of the Pro Max, but aren't willing to pay the higher price for the Pro features they just don't need. And so if Apple could offer that size at a much cheaper price, it would be very, very popular in my opinion. I would even buy it, so yes, I am completely on board for an iPhone 14 Max, but let me know in the comments below, would you buy a base 6.7-inch iPhone? But coming back to the 2022 iPhones, we might see a hole punch camera, we might see periscope zoom, we might even see 120Hz across the range. Those are massive improvements, and so I can understand why JP Morgan thinks it's going to be another supercycle because these upgrades sound pretty massive. But also, how could I forget? Touch ID is coming back on the 2022 iPhones. JP Morgan corroborates with this and says that yes, we could either see an in-display scanner or something built into the power button, much like it is on the iPad Air. Now personally, I can see Apple giving us Touch ID in the power button on the regular iPhones and then the in-display scanner on the Pro iPhones, because obviously the in-display scanners are way cooler, and I think a lot of people would pay the premium for that feature. Though I do want to mention that Mark Gurman in a recent report did say that Apple's ultimate goal with all their devices is to transition over to Face ID, as flawed as it is in this COVID world. And so that does give me the feeling that there is a chance that maybe Touch ID never makes a return on the flagship iPhones, since obviously Apple's so fixated on Face ID. I mean, Gurman says in his report that Apple sees Touch ID as a cheaper alternative for security on their low-end devices, and that they prefer Face ID not only because of the additional security benefits, but also because it works with augmented reality, because of course Animojis rely on the Face ID tech, and so Apple can't really transition back to Touch ID because it does not offer the AR capabilities Apple needs. Anyways, let me know if you're going to wait for the iPhone 14 series in the comments below. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the icon above on details regarding the iPhone SE 3. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.